my prediction line. And so what this value means is that at 8 hours, I have actually traveled 17.167 miles. Now, that's an approximation because I actually don't know how far I've gone, but it's an approximation based on the hours. And so what I would do is I would say, what is the distance traveled in 8 hours? It's that Y value that goes with 8, so 17.167 miles. All right, we're going to do the same thing with the 20, only notice that 20, remember, is a Y value. So I'm going to back out this X equals 8, and guess what I'm going to type in? I'm going to type in, well, what's going to happen then? Oop, not a square root. What's going to happen when Y is equal to 20? Now notice it's going to give me a line going across, right? This is my Y value. What happens when Y is 20? Well, we're going to go to this intersection point when Y is 20, and we're going to check now our X value. Well, what would the X value be? That's the hours. It's about 10.7, 10.692, so I'm going to round that to 10.7. It's about 10.7 hours, which would go with 20. And so that's how we would use this to make predictions, is we're going to either, when we're making predictions, we're either going to type in X is equal to something or Y is equal to something, and that's based off of the units for my X and Y. So it's going to be important to check this and make sure we know, well, what does the X values actually mean? What do the Y values actually mean? Now, I'm going to do a couple of examples, or I'm going to do an example through the IXL or maybe even the quizzes to show you what you're going to do as you're practicing this. But basically, you're going to follow the same steps. You're going to enter in your data based on the data you're given. You're going to type this regression formula. You're going to write your equation, or sometimes it's actually the quizzes is going to ask you for the equation. Maybe I'll just tell you here. The quizzes is going to ask you for those values, those M and that B value. And then you're going to make predictions based on a question that it's going to ask you. So as you're working through the quizzes and even the IXLs, make sure you don't delete your table and your regression line after you've done it, because you might be asked a question in the next question about to make a prediction. And when you're making predictions, you're either going to type in X is equal to or Y is equal to. All right, so good luck practicing. Make sure you keep your notes out in front of you because that's a lot of steps to kind of remember. And make sure you email me if you have questions.